Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're painting another Inquisitor, but we're using another flexible Triad on top of a Zenithal highlight. And I did this Zenithal highlight really to showcase where the shadows are being hidden. And the colors we're using is the deep green blues, which include Abyssal Blue, Tidal Blue, Phalanx Blue, Shield Wall Blue, and Aegis Aqua. So yes, I know some people said, oh, you can't use all, so you don't have to use all six, and what are you doing? You're just giving yourself more trouble. You're supposed to, it's flexible, so that's not the point, is to use all six. But no, but I'm here to test all six. I'm having fun with this and to show you the coverage of all the six in the same color. Plus you're actually going to be able to say, okay, you know what, the six do work, or 4, 2, and 1 work better, or 6, 5, and 3. That's what's great about this flexible Triad. You can have as much fun as you want with it. And as you can see, what I'm really trying to see is how opaque these paints are, you know, like how they handle Zenithal, because a lot of people have commented in Facebook and on videos. They're like, well, what's the point of Zenithal highlighting? And I always thought the exact same thing. You're Zenithal highlighting, but yet you're covering it all up anyways, and it doesn't show. My point with this is to see if it actually does make a difference. Now, I have to say that even using this darker color, it was lighter where the white was getting hit the most. As it was getting to gray, it wasn't so much, but when it was in the inside of the cape and anywhere it was really dark, I found it stayed darker. So the coverage is still beautiful, and I find that it actually does work with a Zenithal. The other reason for doing a Zenithal for me was, okay, so where do the light paints hit? And that's another tip I would suggest, and I've done this on one of the other Inquisitor when I showed you with the, no, actually I did this actually on this guy after I was done painting the blues, and I'm not going to show it on video. I didn't record or anything, but I did test for my own fun. So where the shadows were, I put a darker skin tone, and then where the gray and like the white and the dark were hitting, then I was just going in the areas where with the light, the next light one, and then the top parts, everything that was really white, got the final application. Again, here you go, you see me use the Abyssal Blue here to be able to do the highlighting, and I was following where the light would hit again, and I was trying to remember exactly where the white was hitting before. And of course, I don't go on the inside of the cape too much. I don't go grab that because there's a lot of shadows. You're not going to see all these beautiful colors, and as you're painting too, you just kind of hit your brush on it. You don't do too much. And then with the third color, the Tidal Blue, I'm doing exactly even more just details just on the top higher edges. And someone had suggested me that my dry brushing wasn't the best in the last one on the purples, so I will correct that in this one. I did do something a little different. You're gonna see how that comes up. Again, this is just a fun little video to showing you guys what the flexible Triad is capable of doing. I do put a blue tone on top of this when I was painting the rest of this miniature. It doesn't mute the whole thing. It actually just gets into the recess a little bit more, darkens it down, and does a good job keeping the highlights very high up. It does a good, their tones have changed quite a bit. Like I said, they're not as sloppy, and you might see that video will be up as well, so you'll be able to check that one out with the washes, how they handle lately. All right, the next one is Phalanx Blue. This one I took a very small detail brush here, and I'm just hitting like the real top edges, just glazing on top, just to give it a little bit more oomph to this miniature. Again, like, yeah, I'm using all six. Yeah, some people are like, well, you don't need to use all six, but you know what? I find it really cool to see the gradient show up. Look, I'm doing like the little edges there. I'm just stippling on the edge of the cape, just getting those top raised highlights, just doing a really good job with all this here, and trying to make this cape look almost alive, like as if it was really in the wind. And I don't think I would have been able to accomplish this at all with speed paints. Like, yeah. Anyways, as you can see now, I'm using one of their dry brushes they included with it, with the Void blue, Shield Wall Blue, and I'm going against all the raised edges instead of going downwards. That's what someone had said. If I go downwards, well, I'm just hitting all the edges, whereas now, like, I'm hitting everything going in, and I'm going to be getting all the crevices too. And then I'm using their medium size or moderate size dry brush. And then just this one, I'm going pretty much everywhere as much as I can, but very lightly on the last blue, and just tying it all together, and I just find it looks amazing. And there you have it, folks, another color triad done. Again, comment down below if you want to see another color triad being tested out, if you want to see some different kinds. And don't forget to visit their the Parabellum's eShop and use EastMini10 to save 10%. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.